Greetings once again, Z-Fighters. Duuz-Diz-Din back again with more Super Dragon Ball Heroes, the Meteor mission, where previously, having come face to face with the one who had devoured the Earth and all of their friends, Majin Ozoto, Goku seemingly eliminated him, but that was far from the truth, as suddenly our heroes found themselves going up against the androids. 17, 18, 13, 15, 14, not 16 for some reason, with Ozoto determined to devour a Kai of higher standing, namely Krenoa, the Supreme Kai of Time. This onslaught was fairly tough, but not the toughest to deal with the likes of Trunks in his God mode. Well, not even. It just simply took Super Saiyan for Trunks, Goku, and Vegeta in order to fight them off, as well as a little bit of an assist from Krenoa. However, as it turns out, it's not that Ozoto is weak. No, it is in fact that Ozoto has split himself into many different pieces. As it turns out, back on the prison planet during the whole Fu situation, he had consumed Majin Buu and gained his powers. And so with Ozoto's clones out in the universe, absorbing various different powerful people, it's only a matter of time before they all come back together, creating an even more powerful warrior. Realizing they don't have time to deal with this Ozoto right now, Krenoa sacrifices herself by holding this Ozoto in place with Time Freeze, telling the others to go heal up because they're not at their best. This is right after the space-time tournament, so go off, get some rest, and come back at your peak. This is especially troubling when we find that another version of Ozoto is on the sacred world of the Kais, looking to absorb old Kai, who may not be physically strong, but has techniques and abilities that can make Ozoto even more of a nightmare. Will our heroes have the power to overcome Ozoto, especially should he manage to regroup? Join me as I find out, won't you? Alright, Chapter 3. The team that protects both time and the world. The Xeno team joins the fray. Okay, the Time Patroller Goku and Vegeta finally step in. Maybe Krenoa is able to contact them in some way? Ozoto tries to consume the power of the gods, but who would have thought that he was in the sacred land of Kai? We pick up in the sacred land of the Kais in a certain history, so an alternate timeline? Has he traveled throughout time and space? But we see Xeno Goku arrive in the world of the Kais, already in Super Saiyan 4 form. He calls out to a familiar figure saying, kinda strange to see you here, baby. We see baby Vegeta in all of his Tuffle glory turn, saying, the Time Patrol's history protector, the Xeno warrior Son Goku. Goku is surprised, saying, oh, so you're aware of us. What are you here for? Suddenly, an eyeball appears on baby's forehead, as Majin Ozoto speaks through this form, saying, what I'm here for? Well, I'm here to test my eating ability. Goku is taken aback by this, as suddenly, baby rushes him, going in for a strike, but Goku manages to easily block this. Goku then suddenly calls out, you ain't baby. Baby laughs, saying, ho 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 ho, good observation. He then goes in on Goku yet again with a flurry of blows that Goku manages to dodge. One does manage to connect, but Goku managed to block it. Baby then sends out a flurry of ki blast that Goku dodges yet again, going in for a swift right hook to baby's face. Nice callback to one of the better fights of GT. Oh, we suddenly see that all of the ki blasts that baby had fired off all converged at one single point, then fired back out, right back at Goku. That's actually a pretty cool technique. You don't normally see stuff like that. As Goku is going in on baby, he only notices at the last second the approaching ki blast. Ooh, he manages to dodge out of the way, and all of the blasts pepper baby. Ooh, good stuff. As baby does his best to shield himself, Goku appears behind baby and tries to deliver a hammerfish strike, but baby manages to deflect it. Baby prepares a almost Gallic gun-like ki blast, but it's very minor, so that's more of a regular ki blast. Goku manages to dip out of the way and be here behind baby and charges up a Kamehameha, baby only noticing at the last moment. Ooh, right before he is utterly eviscerated. Baby then suddenly turns into piles of gloop, much to Goku's shock, but those piles reform themselves. Ooh, okay, into Frieza and Cell. Goku thinks to himself he turned into Frieza and Cell. Frieza and Cell then rush him. Goku calls out, it's their ki without a doubt. So these two aren't fake? Okay, so he can replicate right down to the ki. That just means that Ozoto has absorbed them. As Goku blocks the strike from Cell, we see Frieza approaching from behind. Frieza brings out one of his death saucers. Gotta love how he still uses Krillin's technique. Goku sees it coming and leaps over it. And then he lands on it. Oh my god. He then rides the death saucer like a surfboard. That is so cool. He then rides it, loops it around behind Frieza, and then kicks it off, slicing back through Frieza. Man, you can't go wrong with a classic. Oh god. We then see Cell trying to use his tail to absorb Goku, which he didn't really use in its perfect form, but whatever. As Goku is taken off guard by suddenly having a tail try to eat him, Goku kicks his feet. Cell mocks him, laughing, ho ho ho, bon appetit. Suddenly light emanates from Cell's tail, and Goku powers up, bursting through the tail. Goku goes into his limit breaker mode and calls out, that was close. Cell's tail then suddenly reforms as if nothing ever happened, much to Goku's shock. Oh, and with Frieza, his two divided halves just form back together. Goku, seeing this, thinks, regeneration. I knew they weren't the real deal. Oh, suddenly Cell and Frieza call out Hell's Buster. That's the team-up attack they used in GT, right? Yeah, I think so. Always thought it was weird, though. The anime just loved to team up Cell and Frieza. Goku suddenly finds himself trapped in an energy cage, and while he's imprisoned by the two above, suddenly, on the ground below, Ozoto forms, saying, ho ho ho, got you. Goku questions, another one? Who the hell are you? Figured this version of Goku would have met Ozoto. Regardless, he introduces himself. I am Ozoto. I am a Majin who devours on the power of all. Suddenly, Frieza and Cell then motion their energy cage downward with Goku in it. Goku thinks to himself, damn it, I'm being pulled. Ozoto then readies himself to absorb Goku, forming his arms into blobs of pink goo. Ozoto gloats, saying, I'll be eating that ability to break past one's limit. Suddenly a beam of energy fires off on Ozoto. Let me guess, Vegeta? The energy cage that Goku was in disperses before he can reach Ozoto, who's trying to reform himself. He then looks above to see, yep, Vegeta in Super Saiyan 4. Vegeta questioned, I found there was something wrong with this scroll, so I came here to check. What are you doing with these bastards, Kakarot? Goku smiles, saying, Vegeta, thanks for the help. Vegeta then eyes Cell and Frieza, and without missing a beat, immediately goes into his limit breaker mode. He delivers a very familiar kick to Cell's midsection, sends Cell whirling into the ground, and without missing a beat, Vegeta just spins over to Frieza and lands a hit on him, sending him also crashing to the ground. Vegeta then lands on the ground and calls out, let's do this, Kakarot. I'll let you have Cell. Goku says, gotcha. Gotta love the teamwork of the Xeno versions of these two, and they both use their limit breaker techniques. Goku uses the Kamehameha, while Vegeta uses his final flash. Jeez, and utter devastation unleashed on the two. We then see all the pink goop that everyone turned into reform, with a very familiar eye and horns poking out. Vegeta questions, what is that thing? Goku tells him, I don't know, but it keeps regenerating every time I take it down. Vegeta holds out his hand ready for a ki blast, saying that I'll keep erasing it until it's completely eradicated. Ozoto says, ho ho ho, this split body is indeed no match for you. I surrender. However, I have a proposal for you. Would you be interested in hearing it out? Proposal? What? You're not really in a position to negotiate, dude. Meanwhile, back with the versions of Goku, Vegeta, and Xenotrunk from more of the Dragon Ball Super timeline. Or at least that's how I rationalize it. I know it's not as simple as that, but Trunks says, I got us all to a place where it seemed easy to evacuate for the time being, but when Supreme Kai of Time arrives, we will head to our base, the Time Nest. Vegeta looks around saying, isn't this planet Namek? Oh, okay. They ended up in a version of Namek. But as Vegeta looks around, he thinks to himself, there's no sign of life here. That means the Namekians are already eaten by that monster Ozoto. As Goku is lying down, he calls out, we've been on the move since the Super Space-Time tournament. Time for a break. But Vegeta tells him, you're as easygoing as ever. Get the hell up. The Majin has arrived. as we see various goopy versions of Ozoto all getting ready to go after our heroes. I gotta admit, the fact that our heroes can't take a break and Ozoto's mostly just trying to wear them down, that's actually really good. It's an actual solid tactic, and I'm kinda here for it. It creates this kind of sense of desperation, and it's like if you let your guard down, he gets ya. It's essentially just Majin Buu on steroids, because you kinda had to fear that when it came to Buu, but he didn't really split himself off with sentient copies, and that's what's the most dangerous about Ozoto here. It's the copies. You never know when one is lurking in the wing, but you've already put in a baked-in weakness. He has a desire to reform himself. If he's smart, he'll still keep at least one piece of himself, one weakened piece out there in the universe, but he has this desire just to reform and be at his most powerful. But until he gets to that point, you never fully get rid of him, especially considering that whenever you defeat a version of Ozoto or whatever, there's always still more out there, seemingly, and you never seem to get rid of whatever copy he creates. It's an interesting conundrum, and I hope the payoff actually is pretty solid. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, as it seems as though Ozoto might have gone through space-time as well? It's hard to say, because they did say it the specific time scroll, but is it the Dragon Ball Super time scroll, or is it another time scroll? Are they all in the same universe fighting Ozoto? And just how many people has he absorbed? Again, like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed the ride, and until next time, I've been Duuz-Diz-Din. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Till then, bye-bye.